Good morning. It's Monday, February 16th. Here's what we're working on. Police investigating last week's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC have completed their examination of the high school.
Licensed indoor establishments in Hamilton are now permitted to serve alcohol starting at 6 a.m.
And the NBA held its All-Star festivities this weekend. Say good Family Day morning to our All-Stars, Brian Wood, Simone Gavros, Rick here too.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Morning.
Happy Family Day.
Yeah, Family
What's
Day.
in store, Mr. Weatherman, for this Family Day?
Well, we'll see a little bit of sunshine for the day today, so it'll be a mainly cloudy sky. I know it's fairly cloudy right now to kick off our morning, but it's going to be a mild day today. We got to 0 yesterday. Today we should hit +3. So, and it's going to get milder as we continue through the week. So, yeah, we're looking for a whole lot of melting going on. So today 3 degrees. Tomorrow we should hit 4 again on Wednesday, and we could even get some rain in the forecast, but not today. Today we're looking at a mainly cloudy sky and that 3-degree high. We're sitting at the freezing mark right now to kick off our morning, so we're sitting at freezing. Yeah, we're about -3 is what it is right now. So we'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Right now, look at traffic. And there's going to be pretty easy going traffic-wise today. Nothing happening here at the 403 and Waterdown Road. That looks good. We'll check a few MTO traffic cameras. UEW Centennial Parkway, nothing to see. Basically, that's how all the highways are this morning. Not a lot going on. So we will keep you posted. We will look at weather and traffic coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. Police investigating last week's mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC, have completed their examination of the local high school. Officials have removed the yellow tape that had surrounded the school since Tuesday's carnage, and the building has now been turned back over to the school district. But the roads leading up to the school are still guarded by security. Autopsies on the bodies of the shooter and all 8 people she killed were expected to be completed over the weekend. 18-year-old Jessie Van Roostelar killed her mother and half-brother at home before heading to the school and killing 5 students, a teacher, and then herself.
A man accused of killing 15 people in a mass shooting at a Jewish festival on Sydney, Australia's Bondi Beach has appeared in court. Naveed Akram did not enter a plea to the charges against him, including murder and committing a terrorist attack. Today's court appearance focused on extending a gag order that suppresses the identities of victims and survivors of the attack who have not chosen to identify themselves publicly. The defense lawyer told reporters that it was too early to indicate any intention of pleas. Akram was wounded and his father, Sajid Akram, was killed in a gun battle with police after the shooting in December.
Conservation Halton is reminding residents that melting ice can cause flooding and dangerous conditions. It says widespread flooding is not expected, but milder temperatures and mixed precipitation could lead to fast-flowing water and flooding in some areas. Conservation Halton is warning that low-lying areas, natural floodplains, and areas with poor drainage may see some flooding. Residents are advised to stay away from bridges, culverts, dams, and ice-covered bodies of water. Meanwhile, the Grand River Conservation Authority, which covers a large area, including Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, and Brantford, is also under a flood warning until Thursday.
Here's a look at what will be affected by today's public holiday and what will be open and closed in our area. All garbage, green bin, recycling, and bulk waste will happen one day later than originally scheduled for the week. Banks and government offices will be closed, and so will all LCBO and beer stores. All Hamilton Library branches will be closed, including book mobile services, and most grocery stores and malls will not be open today either. Canada Post will continue to deliver mail, and many recreation centers will be open today. Places like the Hamilton Art Gallery, the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, and outdoor skating rinks will also offer Family Day events. Hamilton's public transit will be running on a Sunday schedule. Burlington and Niagara Transit will operate on modified holiday schedules, and GO Transit will run on a Saturday schedule.
Licensed indoor establishments in Hamilton are now permitted to serve alcohol starting at 6 a.m. The extension was approved by the Alcohol and Gaming Commission and will remain in effect until February 22nd. The extension was granted in response to a City of Hamilton request for extended hours during the Winter Olympics. The standard closing time of 2 a.m. at bars and restaurants, however, will remain unchanged. The longer alcohol service hours does not apply to outdoor licensed areas like patios.
Canada's official opposition is being critical of the Liberal government's defence industrial strategy ahead of its official release. Conservative Shadow Minister for National Defence James Bizon says the government has created new bureaucracies when what's needed is to get time-consuming procurement processes out of the way. Prime Minister Mark Carney suspended the announcement of the strategy last week in the wake of the deadly mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, BC. Media outlets have published details of the document that officials had shared with journalists ahead of its official launch.
A deal has been struck between Canada and Denmark, paving the way for a growing partnership in all things defence. The Memorandum of Understanding, signed by Defence Minister David McGuinty, reflects what is being called a shared commitment to transatlantic security and reinforces cooperation between NATO allies at a time of increasing complexity in global security environment. The MOU says Canada shares a 3,000-kilometre maritime border with Denmark and has historic and cultural ties with its Inuit populations.
International Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is in Mexico with hundreds of delegates representing Canadian businesses, industry associations, and partners from across the country. The trip comes as Ottawa looks to diversify its trade links in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs and threats to abandon the Canada-U.S.-Mexico Agreement, or CUSMA. LeBlanc is set to play a key role in the upcoming review of CUSMA, which Trump has called irrelevant. LeBlanc's trade mission in Mexico is expected to wrap up on Friday.
Canadians traveling to China will no longer be required to get visas for 30-day stays. China's foreign ministry is dropping the visa requirement for Canadian tourists and business visitors starting tomorrow. Until the end of the year, end of this year, the change comes about a month after Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to Beijing, where the two leaders committed to free visa access for Canadians, which China never confirmed. For most Canadian tourists, entering mainland China currently requires a lengthy application process and roughly $140 in fees and a years-long diplomatic spat. Beijing had maintained a visa for Canadians and restricted how many Chinese tourism groups could visit Canada.
The investigation into the presumed kidnapping of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's 84-year-old mother, Nancy, is now in its third week. The FBI is analyzing DNA from a glove found near Nancy Guthrie's home. According to the agency, the glove appears to match those worn by the suspect captured in doorbell camera footage outside Guthrie's home the morning she disappeared. The agency says the glove with the DNA is not the same glove the New York Post reported on last week, with a photograph of a black glove investigators found less than 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. Late last week, the local sheriff's department said authorities found DNA at Nancy Guthrie's property that didn't belong to her or those in close contact to her. Those investigative developments come ahead of another emotional plea on Instagram by Savannah Guthrie yesterday. The Today Show anchor is appealing directly to those who may have her mother or anyone who may know anything about the case. U.S. President Donald Trump says the newly formed Board of Peace will unveil a multi-billion-dollar humanitarian and reconstruction package for Gaza. The group will hold its inaugural meeting in Washington Thursday. Trump says member states have pledged more than $5 billion toward the Gaza humanitarian and reconstruction efforts. He adds that members have committed thousands of personnel to maintain security and peace in the area. Downing Street's Chief Mouser is celebrating 15 years on the job. Larry the cat was adopted by number 10 Downing Street in 2001 after the UK government admitted to an issue with rats in the building. The 19-year-old tabby has since served under 6 prime ministers and is still fit and healthy. Larry's caretakers say despite his old age, he was still seen catching mice last year.
Well, it took 9 days, but Canada finally earned its first gold medal at the Winter Olympics.
Tied neck and neck. And Kuma in trouble. Mick still doing things. They give it to Kuma. He's out. He has to go around the bottom half. And Miguel Kingsbury will be your Olympic gold champion.
Flag bearer Mikhail Kinsbury won gold in the first ever dual moguls event. It is his second career Olympic gold and 5th Olympic medal overall.
Finishing my Olympic career with, 5 medals and 5 start, and the last one is gold, first in history in mogul skiing. It's more than a dream come true.
Is the GOATs. Meantime, the Canadian men's hockey team continues to motor along.
Texier, and that's stolen by Stone. Mark Stone's in, looking for a short-handed goal, scores, and Canada has a 2-goal lead.
Enough, like he always
Mark Stone scored what turned out to be the winning goal as Canada pounded France 10-2 in their final round-robin game. Macklin Celebrini scored twice, including on this penalty shot, as the top-seeded Canadians prepare to face either Czechia or Denmark in the quarterfinals. Entering day 10 of the Milan-Cortina Games, Canada is 15th in the medal standings. Our athletes have climbed the podium 9 times, claiming 1 gold, 3 silver, and 5 bronze. Norway remains at the top of the table with 12 gold and 26 medals. Italy is next with 8 gold, followed by the U.S., Sweden, and the Netherlands with 5 gold. On tap today, Canada meets Switzerland in the semifinals of the women's hockey tournament at 3:10 p.m., with the winner playing the U.S. or Sweden in Thursday's final. On the curling sheet, Canada's Rachel Homan beat China 10-5 this morning and plays Japan this afternoon, while Brad Jacobs faces Czechia at 8:05 this morning. Trent Michaud of Brantford and Leah Pereira of Milton are in 3rd place after the short program in pairs figure skating. The national champs will aim for a podium finish when they compete in the free skate at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The NBA held its All-Star festivities this weekend with a new format featuring 3 teams in a round-robin tournament. Toronto's Scotty Barnes hit a game-winning 3-pointer in the 1-5 overtime to lead the USA Stars past Team World in yesterday's opening game. The USA Stripes team, made up of the older All-Stars, won Game 2, beating the Stars 42-40 on De'Aaron Fox's 3-pointer at the buzzer. Kawhi Leonard scored 31 points, including 6 3-pointers to lead the Stripes past the World 48-45 to set up a Stripes versus Stars final. And in that final, Anthony Edwards earned the MVP award after leading the Stars to a 47-21 win over Stripes.
Redick drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott, in the wall goes Herbst, and Tyler Redick comes to the line. Wow. A shower of sparks behind him.
Tyler Redick passed Chase Elliott on the final lap to win the 68th running of the Daytona 500. It was the only lap that Redick led during the Great American Race. It also made team co-owner and NBA legend Michael Jordan a champion again. By the way, MJ turned 63 today. Colin Morikawa won the Pebble Beach Pro-Am by 1 shot, while Dundas's Mackenzie Hughes finished in a tie for 34th. North Bay smoked the Niagara Ice Dogs 9-1 in the only game in the OHL yesterday. Niagara visits Sudbury today in a family day matinee, while Brantford travels to Kingston. And if you missed it Saturday, Colorado beat the Toronto Rock 16-8.
Okay, Family Day. It's a Monday. 6:12 is the time, and if you've got to be someplace, let's see if you're going to have any problems getting there. No problems right here at the 403 and Waterdown Road. It's usually pretty good on a holiday, and that's the way it is this morning, so a lot of people off today. Let's go to some MTO traffic cameras. Garden City Skyway's doing fine in both directions. Nothing there. Centennial Parkway, 403 Junction at Brant Street looks good. Same with the Ford plant. And as you can see, all the way through Cawthra, not a lot happening on the roads this morning. That's good. So take it carefully, please. Roads could be a little bit greasy. We're just into the minus column after some melting yesterday. So let's get to some temperatures. Oh, the temperature that we have right now, we're still -3. -3 is the temp. Factor in the winds. They're really light, west at 5. It makes it feel like -5. The sky is mainly cloudy at the moment. What we have, a couple of low-pressure systems on our map, one way off the east coast, the other one to the west, just at Lake Superior, as you can see. That one is going to weaken as it gets closer to us, goes by us. We could get some showers, we could get some drizzle overnight tonight, and then we're going to be milder for the next couple of days. As you can see, some areas could get some mixing precipitation as we get a little further into the week, but not today. Today we could see a little bit of sunshine. Some areas it'll be a mix of sun and clouds to a mainly cloudy sky. So temperatures today 2 and 3 degrees. The precipitation will move in early into Kitchener and Guelph for the day today. Chance of some showers later because that's a plus side temperature today. Tonight, we'll get some fog developing, but showers this evening, cycling into some drizzle overnight. And because the temperature will be in the minus column for Kitchener and Guelph, -1 could be some mixing precipitation into some freezing drizzle, some shower activity tonight. But yeah, be prepared for some fog tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, 4, 5 degrees for Niagara, for this end of the lake, 3 for Halton Peel, Toronto, Guelph, and Kitchener. Tomorrow, again, little bit of sun in some areas, but it's going to be a mainly cloudy sky for the day tomorrow. So it's the 16th of February. It's Family Day, so it is mostly cloudy stepping out the door this morning. Temperature -3, wind chill not too bad, about -5. And we'll look long range, of course, coming up. Simone, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And in business news, inflation numbers are expected to move slightly when they're released tomorrow. We'll have a closer look after the break. And say good morning to Emily. What is coming up in Chit Chat on this Family Day Monday?
Hi, good morning. Well, a new champion has been crowned at this weekend's box office, and it could get even higher when it comes to the money, which is no surprise.
Okay.
And it's mostly women buying tickets to this.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Now I got it. Okay.
And Charlie XCX keeps putting out new music from, oh, I almost said it.
Oh.
It has to do with the movie at the box office.
Oh, okay.
The Simpsons have reached a major milestone.
Again. Keeps on trucking.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Emily. You know, in overseas trading this morning, the Canadian dollar is up marginally to 73.47 cents U.S. Gold is down $10 an ounce. Oil is down 16 cents to $62.82 U.S. a barrel. In midday European trading, London, Frankfurt, and Paris are all ahead this hour.
Asian markets were mixed today, with only Hong Kong posting gains. Canadian markets are closed today for Family Day, while the U.S. markets are closed for President's Day. The TSX gained more than 600 points on Friday.
Some economists expect inflation will tick higher when Statistics Canada reports January price figures tomorrow. A Reuters poll of economists expects the annual rate of inflation held steady at 2.4%. Desjardins Deputy Chief Economist Randall Bartlett says he sees inflation rising 1/10 of a point, thanks mostly to comparisons to the federal government's temporary tax holiday a year ago. He says signs that core inflation has been easing lately should keep the Bank of Canada on the sidelines.
Canada's 7th largest bank is a lender the vast majority of Canadians have never heard of. EQ has no branches, credit cards, or wealth management offerings. But this could all change soon as the bank is working to close its acquisition of PC Financial in a deal that will see Loblaw coming on as a partner for the bank. The deal has raised concern by some analysts that it increases the bank's credit exposure, but EQ officials downplayed the risk. They say EQ will be looking to make a deal to bring wealth management options to the bank to create a full alternative to the big 6 lenders.
Federal electric vehicle rebate program is back today, offering up to $5,000 off new EVs under $50,000 and $2,500 for plug-in hybrids. The return of the popular incentive is welcome news for dealerships. However, some remain cautious because the federal portal to submit reimbursement claims won't open until April, and some dealers say they're still owed money from the previous program. A Kia dealership in Grimsby says it's out $20,000 after Transport Canada denied a 2024 rebate claim, saying the program had already ended. Ottawa has set aside $2.3 billion for the new round of incentives, while industry groups say any outstanding payments should be honored.
A new artificial intelligence video generator from Beijing-based ByteDance, the creator of TikTok, is drawing heat from Hollywood. The Motion Picture Association says Dance 2.0 blatantly violates copyright and uses the likeness of actors and others without permission on a massive scale. Dance 2.0, which is currently only available in China, lets users generate high-quality AI videos using simple text prompts, like the videos you're seeing here. ByteDance says it respects intellectual property rights and has pledged to strengthen current safeguards.
All right, quick break. Brian is going to return with a traffic update and your 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
All right, let's get you into the roads. What there is of traffic this morning is going to be very light. So I'll start off with this camera at the 403 in Burnham Thorpe. So you're coming up from the Ford plant towards us, trying to head around to go to Toronto or farther into Mississauga. No problems right there. Back into St. Catharines, Garden City Skyway. Still looks pretty good so far this morning. So nothing to see at the Burlington Skyway Bridge, all doing fine. Here's Third Line, looks good right there. We'll flip ahead to another camera. This is the QEW at Sheraton. So nothing to see there. And of course, then there's the 403 at Burnham Thorpe. Not a lot going on the roads this morning. Just make sure you drive carefully and have a great family day. Check and see how we're doing so far this morning. Temperature in Hamilton sitting at -3. not too bad. That's way above seasonal for this time of year to start a day. Wind chill about -5. -2 Grimsby, -4 for Toronto, -7 in Mississauga, a fair bit chillier there. I mentioned seasonal. Seasonal for this time of year is -1 for the daytime high, -9 for the overnight low. So those are our sun times and records for today. Yeah, we gained more daylight for the day today, and we will see some sunshine today. It's going to be a mainly cloudy sky, but a bit of sunshine in there. 3 degrees for the high, +1 overnight tonight. We'll get some showers cycling into some drizzle. Fog patches will develop. Tomorrow for the Lunar New Year, 4 degrees and cloudy. Ash Wednesday, we'll get some rain in the forecast. Yeah, rain and 4 degrees. Then for our 25th anniversary show, for the morning show, 25 years, we're going to see some clearing during the day and 4. Rain on Friday. Oh, there's a car on our 7 day. What would that be? I think Rick's going to be sleeping in his car on Friday night into Saturday, and it's all for United Way Halton Hamilton for Sleepless for Our Community, and you can donate going through the United Way website for Rick. Get him to get lots of money made. And then Saturday, sunny and 1, -2, gets chillier on Sunday. That's your forecast. Simone, right.
Thanks, Brian. A man from New Jersey is having a lot of fun in the snow, all for a good cause.
Yeah, check out this ice cream truck made entirely of snow. The homeowner built this impressive spectacle in front of his home and is selling ice cream from the truck, with all of the proceeds going to a local children's hospital foundation. It has 4 wheels, reflectors, and signage, but just about everything else is packed with accumulations from a big snowstorm. You think ice cream is a year-round treat?
Absolutely.
You know what? I had ice cream yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
Where, like at home?
At
or
home.
did you go? Okay.
Yes, I was watching the Olympics, pounding back some like apple pie ice cream my wife had bought. It was
That's
very delicious.
interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I
It was a
like
win-win.
that.
So you're in agreement?
Yes, and I would definitely say my go-to. I love a good chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that one sounds so good too.
It was good.
I love that.
Stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live. Good morning.